Cadiz, Spain, or Cadiz, however you want to say it. But welcome. It is my first time here in Spain, and I'm so excited. It was a little stressful getting here, I will not lie. First off, you can definitely tell I'm a little worse for wear. You can also see the outline of my mask still, and I definitely haven't been wearing it for a couple hours. But yeah, it was quite the journey to get here. I took a bus that left this morning at 10 a.m. local time out of Faro, and I took the bus to Seville. So let's talk for a second. So I am here in Spain for the next few weeks, and my intention was originally to go from Faro to Seville, Seville to Cadiz, and then from Cadiz to Gibraltar, which then from there I would fly to London. So spoiler alert, there's a little bit of what I was planning. However, it's not happening that way. I have to be in London by May 19th because I have something that's already scheduled, and I've already rescheduled it once, and I'm not paying to reschedule it again. So I knew I had to be in London by May 19th. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I will just cut some time out in certain places and I'll get there. Well, then I started looking to book my Seville accommodations. And this is totally on me. I didn't realize that the first week of May, there's a festival in Seville. And you might think, oh, that'd be cool to go to. My thought too. Except all of the accommodations were like double or triple the cost. Like Airbnbs, easily like $200-$300 a night. Hostels, even a dorm, not even like a private room, a dorm was like $60 a night. So that wasn't gonna work. So I took a little bit of a indirect route. So I'm here in Cadiz right now. So I went from Faro via bus. I went from Faro to Seville, and then from Seville I took a train down to Cadiz. And then I'm here until Sunday, so about a week. And then I'm going back up to Seville to spend some time there. And then from Seville, I'm flying to London. So obviously that means I will not be going to Gibraltar, which I'm super bummed about. I was really excited to go there. But it just, logistically, I couldn't make it work. And I will just go to Gibraltar another time. I really want to go to Morocco, so hopefully at some point when I make it to Morocco, I will kind of do the reverse and I'll go through Morocco up to Gibraltar. Let me get back to how I got here. So like I said, bus from Faro to Seville, which was fine, but it was really busy, really crowded, and I was really paranoid with COVID, and judge me if you will, but I'm still, a little nervous about it. So the bus was full. You could probably tell because it's still mask lines. I was wearing an N95, and very tight. So I took that bus, and then we had our first stop. Well, the first Seville stop was to this one train bus station, and I knew that we were going to be going to the next one, which is where like half the bus was going to. I think it's the Santa Justa, if I said that right, station. Well, when we get to this first station, the bus driver's like, okay, we're not going to leave for 30 minutes. And we're all like, what? Because we're supposed to get into our bus station at 2:30 or 2:15 local time. And it was already 2. And I had a train booked, and a couple other people had trains and buses booked from the station at around 2:45, and we're like, we're not gonna make it. So long story short, we wait the 30 minutes. I was planning on leaving just at that bus station and walking, but this wasn't gonna work. And then I was trying to get like an Uber or a taxi or something, and there was just nothing because it's really crowded in Seville for this festival. So I go back down. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't handle the situation great. I was definitely panicking. I'm like on the phone with my mom and having her look because I could call, but I couldn't get on the internet. So I was like, I'm gonna have to buy a new bus or train ticket and all this. So long story short, we do leave. Somehow, by the grace of God or whatever, stroke of luck, we make it to the train station. I have 3 minutes to run off the bus and run to my train. And I made it. Running in an N95 is difficult, but it is possible. But yeah, sorry, I had a little notification there. But yeah, I did make it with 3 minutes to spare. And then the train was fine, and then I got here and it's been fine. But I'm here, definitely stressed. But yeah, so I'm just kind of trying to settle a bit out of a meeting. So now I'm an hour ahead of what I was at previously. So I have a meeting at 7 p.m. local time, which would be 6 p.m. local time in Portugal. So after I go to that meeting, then I'm going to quickly go out and get groceries and such. Not too much exploring today. I'll start exploring tomorrow. But anyway, welcome to Spain. I'm excited. I'm here for a little over 2 weeks before I head to the UK. And yeah, hopefully I'll look a little better tomorrow. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to take the evening as easy as possible and get exploring tomorrow. A visit to Cadiz is not complete without visiting the central market of Cadiz. Foodies will love exploring the various food stalls with fresh local fish, meat, fruit, and vegetables. There's over 100 food stands, and the market is bustling with locals and tourists. There's the main market, which is open Monday to Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And there's also the gastronomic corner, which offers various food stalls where you can try local Cadiz traditional cuisine. This is open during regular market hours and also in the evenings. Be sure to check the operation times during your visit. Nearby is the Oratorio de la Santa Cueva. Here there are 2 chapels. The low chapel is dedicated to the Passion, and the high chapel is dedicated to the Holy Sacrament. The monument is one of the great monuments of Spanish art and is a great example of the neoclassical style in Cadiz. The sculptures in the chapels were created by masters, and it is said that the famous Austrian composer Joseph Haydn wrote the 7 words, "Last Our Savior on the cross," for this chapel. In 1981, the Ministry of Culture declared it a National Historic Artistic Monument. One of the jewels of Cadiz is the Cadiz Cathedral. It was built between 1722 and 1838 and is the seat of the Diocese of Cadiz y Ceuta. There is so much to see in the cathedral, so definitely set aside a couple of hours to take it in. The price of admission includes an audio tour that you can access directly on your phone, so be sure to bring earbuds. The audio tour really helps to give you a clearer picture of what you're looking at and more about the history of the cathedral. The cathedral was known as the Cathedral of the Americas because it was built with trade money between Spain and America. The cathedral interior has many chapels dedicated to various saints and is built with the money from benefactors. Downstairs houses the crypt built of oyster stone. Laid to rest here are many bishops and other prominent religious figures in Cadiz and Spain. If you choose, you can pay for a ticket to visit the clock tower, which features beautiful views of the city below and the water. Unfortunately, on the day I visited, the tower was closed, but I do recommend a visit if it's open. That it's not busy here at all. no crowds. I'm wondering if it's because everyone's in Seville. I'm not complaining, but it's definitely not what I expected. Seriously though, there's like no one here. I know it's a Tuesday, but and again, I'm not complaining. I'm just like, wow. I know it's kind of the shoulder season still, but I expected more people. I'm not gonna jinx this though, because I like it like this. Happy Wednesday. Hope you are doing well. It is my second full day here in Cadiz, and I feel like this is the theme with me, so just get used to it. A little bit of a later start. I really needed to sleep in. I am just so tired. So I did sleep in, and I got up and I ran. Now I'm ready, just wearing an all black outfit. I will say, I don't wear a ton of colors back at home, but I wear a little bit more colors than what I packed. So while I'm not ready to go home yet, I am excited to have some different outfit choices. But anyway, so today I'm heading to the museum here and then just kind of walking around, honestly. I know that may not seem super interesting, but to me it is. I just like walking around, and when I was running this morning, it was pretty quiet. Like there was, once again, like yesterday, there just wasn't a whole lot of people around. So I feel really blessed to do that. So anyway, I did want to go out for tapas tonight, but I don't think I'm going to have time because I do have to log into work. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow or Friday. I'm going to go head out and I will show you around. The Cadiz Museum is worth a visit if you are interested in local artifacts. I believe it's only a few euros to enter for non-EU residents, but they let me in for free because maybe they assumed I was an EU resident. The museum is divided into 3 sections: Venetian and Roman archaeological artifacts, a fine art section with paintings, and a section featuring puppets. The museum could be a quick visit or it can be a half-day visit, depending on your interests. The colorful Gran Teatro Falla is a theater located near the University of Cadiz. The exterior is built out of red brick with horseshoe arch entry doorways. The theater hosts live music and performances throughout the year, so definitely take a look to see if any events are showing during your visit. The Castillo de Santa Catalina is a small fortress built in the 17th century and served as a military prison. It was declared of cultural interest in 1985 and is now used for cultural events and exhibits. Admission is free and is worth a short visit. So this looks like down here, it looks like coquina. It's like shell and rock and sand. Pretty sure that's what it is. I know that there's a fort in St. Augustine, the Castillo de San Marcos, that's built with coquina. And I've seen it in other buildings too. So, pretty cool. Thanks, 4th grade Florida history. It is Thursday. It is actually Thursday at about 6 o'clock. And I just got messaged by work. So I'll keep this brief. But today I had a pretty good day. It was definitely very condensed, but let's recap. So I went to the Torre Romana de Cadiz. I don't know if I said that right, but it's this old theater. I believe it was from Roman times, and yeah, it's definitely in ruin, but you can still check it out. You can still see the framework, and there's a nice little exhibit that tells more about it. So that's definitely really, really good to check out while you're here, and it was free. We like free. Continuing on the trend of free things, I was just honestly just wandering around because I did have something scheduled for 4:30, which I'll talk about in a second. But I was just wandering around, taking pictures, taking videos, all this, and I found two free little museums. One was like a marionette museum, like a puppetry museum, which is kind of funny. So, I have never been to so many puppet museums in the past year. I never been to one until I went to the one in Atlanta back in July of last year. And then now, like, since being here, I think this is my third one. But anyway, it was free again. And I was like one of two people there. And, most of the stuff was in Spanish. I couldn't really read it all. But honestly, I just kind of looked around, and it was really, really cool. And it was also nice to get out of the sun for about 15 minutes. Then I walked around to the other side. So I don't know, maybe I'll put a map or something. But on one side was the puppet museum. And then when you walked around, I saw on my Google map that there was another museum. And it was a lithograph museum. So like type presses, printing and such. And again, it was free. And it took about 15 minutes. And it was all in Spanish. But yeah, it was really cool to see that too. And again, it was nice to get out of the sun for 10-15 minutes. And yeah, I hadn't even heard of those two museums like talked about on any blogs or vlogs or anything. And I just honestly just kind of stumbled on them. So if you have about like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, I would go check them out. I don't think they're a must do while you're here, but if you're walking around, you might as well pop in. The last thing I went to was Torre Tavira. Sorry, I'm actually really legitimately trying to learn Spanish, but we're not very good at it. But anyway, so I went there, and it's like this I think I want to say, if it's not the highest point in Cadiz, it's the second highest point, but it's like a watchtower, and there's a couple different floors. You can kind of like read about like the different how Cadiz was like a trade center. So the main thing there is a camera obscura, and this is worth the price of admission, which also was €7. I'm not sure if I said that. And you do have to get a reservation, and they have like a bunch of different times, but there's only certain times for certain languages. Like I think you could pretty much do Spanish any time slot, but for English it was like 10:30 in the morning and 4:30 in the afternoon, which is what I got. But you did have to put a reservation in online, and I was able to get the last 4:30 spot today, and I got it like this morning. So anyway, it was €7, but it was really cool to see this camera obscura because I didn't actually know this was there. So it tells you how much I did my research. But basically what it is, and unfortunately you can't take video or photo, but basically you have like this white sort of like circle. That's what they had. And then they have a mirror at the top of the tower, and it's angled when you open the mirror thing, and it projects the picture of what's outside. So it's actually kind of trippy, but you were seeing Cadiz, you were seeing people walk around, you were seeing birds, you were seeing the waves of the ocean, and it was really, really cool. I wish I could have gotten on video, but honestly, you just have to come and do it. I mean, and there's others around the world, but this was just really cool. And honestly, like, I didn't know that's what the English tour part was. So yeah, I mean, you can go up to the top, you can see the city down below, but this camera obscura, our guide took us on like a little tour of Cadiz and was pointing out certain things. So I kind of wish I'd done this on the first day, because it actually really helped me see things. But it was also cool to see, like, oh yeah, I've been there. So definitely check it out if you're here. But yeah, that was my day, and I had a lot of fun, and hopefully tomorrow we can actually go to Rota, or there's one other place I might go to. We'll see. But anyway, that was my day, and yeah, it was really good, and I highly recommend, honestly, all the things I did today. I think it was probably the best, like, sightseeing day here. I mean, the past 2 days have been great too, but I think today was like the best, like, touristy sightseeing thing. Good morning, happy Friday. It is 10:30. Oh no, it's before 10:30. It's like 10:20ish. But today I decided to go on let's say a road trip. That's not right. Going on a day trip to Rota, which is right across the, like, bay, if you want to call it that. So I'm going to be taking the ferry over. The ferry leaves at 11:05. I need to get over to the ferry station to buy my ticket, and I just want to get there early. So I'm going to be heading out here in a few minutes, but I was supposed to do this trip yesterday. However, I could not sleep, so I let myself sleep in and I did stuff here in Cadiz, but not that I got much better sleep last night, but I feel a little bit more rested than I did yesterday. So we're going to make the trip, because I think tomorrow, I could do a day trip tomorrow, but I also just really need a day just to catch up on things, and I need to book my flight home finally, and I need to find a new apartment, and I have a lot. So I think tomorrow I'll still, like, go out, like maybe watch the sunset or something, but I think today's like my last, I think this is gonna be my last, like, exploration day here in Cadiz, and I guess Rota. So anyway, I'm gonna go head out and catch the ferry, and we'll see what we get into today in Rota. Rota is located directly across the water from Cadiz, which makes it a perfect day trip. Normally you can access it via ferry, but the ferries, of course, weren't running the day I wanted to visit, so we had to take a replacement bus instead. Rota is primarily a resort town, but is also known for the Rota Naval Base, which is a joint Spanish and U.S. naval base. The town was definitely quiet the day I visited, but it was perfect for a laid-back day in the beautiful weather. My first stop was to the Castillo de Luna. This castle dates back to the 13th century and was built under the control of Guzman the Good. It once housed a hospital and a school, and it is currently the location for the City Hall of Rota. On the day I visited, only the downstairs was open, so there wasn't much to see, unfortunately, but it was still beautiful nonetheless. The original Torre de Merced was completely destroyed by the 1722 earthquake that struck Rota. The current tower is built in its place, and it now houses the tourism office for Rota. Promenade. You can see the beach. To be honest, a lot of things are closed, which I wasn't expecting, and it seems like it's just kind of for today, because I went to the Castillo de Lunas and only the downstairs was open. You couldn't go up, and then I was trying to go to a church nearby and I couldn't go in because they were loading things in for an event this weekend. So now I'm just walking along the beach, and just honestly wandering. I had a little bit more of a firm plan, but oh, and then the ferry wasn't running. I had to take a bus. So, not upset. I'm just a little disappointed, but that's travel for you. But it's a beautiful day. I'd rather be disappointed in a beautiful place like this than at home. So, just gonna make the most of it. Rota is known for its beautiful beaches and neat wildlife, so definitely make it a point to take a walk down the promenade near the water. There's plenty of restaurants and other hidden gems to be explored. I spent most of my day exploring and enjoying the sun and walking around the beach. After a fun week of exploring Cádiz and Rota, I spent my final full day catching up on work, cleaning, doing laundry, and packing. Overall, I really enjoyed my time in this area and had a wonderful start to my time in Spain. Cadiz is the perfect mix of a laid-back beachy vibe mixed with the vibrancy that a city offers. I highly recommend a visit to Cadiz, even for a day or two, especially if you're planning on being in Seville. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more travel content and solo travel tips. You can also follow me on Instagram at @KatieSputo and on TikTok at KatieDoesTravel. I'll be back with more vlogs from my time in Spain, this time up in Seville, so be sure to be on the lookout for that video coming soon. Thank you again, and remember to wander far and wander often.